So, has Sarasota Tim ruined his YouTube channel? Did he buy subscribers? Is he only making videos to make money? And will Sarasota Tim's YouTube channel end up getting deleted? Good questions. Let's find out the answer.
It feels so good, baby, it's understood. It feels so right, honey, to keep pushing into the night. Oh, it feels so good, sensing our humanhood. We're in.
Now, number one, I got to tell you guys that this Sarasota Tim saga is actually really, really interesting. It's quite comical and hilarious. Number two, big thank you for the birthday present. And this present wasn't from Tim, but big thank you for the birthday present. If you caught the Squirrel Tribe 2.0 live stream, then you'll know more. You'll know exactly where this came from, this bottle of Eagle Rare. One of two bottles of Eagle Rare that I got for my birthday. And why this is so important. And not because I have a drinking problem or I'm an alcoholic or anything like that. But there's more to the story, especially given the fact that since we've moved to Florida, specifically the part of Florida that we live in, and coming from Atlanta, coming from Georgia, bourbon like this is relatively hard to come by. I actually came across a fine establishment in Montana when we were out hanging out West Glacier. We were in Kalispell, and we came across a beverage store, a spirit store, and their inventory there was completely different than anywhere else I've ever been. And I really wish that was one of the things that we had available to us here, but we don't. So things like Eagle Rare they really mean a lot to me. And you know, it's the simple things in life. I got a bottle of Buffalo Trace the other day, which is like, why do you care you got a bottle of Buffalo Trace? Because it's not something that you can normally pick up here where we live. It's kind of weird, kind of strange. I may need to find some sort of bourbon or whiskey online membership. That might be a better idea. And then I can have these things sent to me. A buddy of mine sent me a bottle of Blanton's, but because I only have one bottle of Blanton's, I refuse to open this bottle of Blanton's. So it's a really weird game that we play here, but be that as it may, we're sipping on Eagle Rare 10-year, aged 10-year tonight. So cheers. I don't know if you really hear it on the phone. But I took some notes here because there's a few reasons why. I did catch Blind Views. I think he put up a video about something about Tim trying to... Oh man, let me pull it up. And it says, Tim deploys his minions to mass flag and report. Look, guys, this is hilarious. It really is. But I got to tell you guys that I, myself, am very intrigued by the inner workings of YouTube. And if any of you have watched or know or have heard me or know me or whatever, as best you can know me from this, then you know my affliction for YouTube and analytics and the algorithm and channels and content creation, the whole lot. And so the only reason why I'm even considering this to begin with is because YouTube has been showing Sarasota Tim to me. But I think that the reason why is quite possibly maybe the reason why a lot of other people have been seeing Sarasota Tim is because he does post a lot of videos very, very often. And if Tim would like to discuss upload strategy and revenue and profit strategy, then by all means, feel free, reach out. Granted, some folks are not too keen on the financial advice that Tim provides, which me personally, I'm not providing any advice, but I will extend or at least share a term with you, and it's known as diminishing returns. Okay. And when investing in anything, you really should be at least moderately considerate of your return on investment, your ROI. Not to mention, some folks are saying now that Tim himself has a prison job for the sole fact that he chooses to or has to post so many videos so often. I don't know. I don't really care either. But I do have an idea or two that I think could easily and simply increase Tim's earning potential literally overnight. Like I said, if you want to discuss, feel free, reach out. Or anybody else for that matter. Especially if you already have a channel up and running and you have analytical data and a history, it makes it so much easier. Now, granted, if you don't, that doesn't make it harder, but my buddy Patrick, he actually got monetized in roughly 14 days. From day 1 to day 14, he achieved over 1,000 subscribers, over 4,000 watch hours, applied for the YouTube Partner Program, and was accepted within 2 weeks. Okay. And ironically, the new mode of operation here for YouTube is they're trying to cut down on reused content or fictitious content or AI content or whatever. And I know Patrick, he's a real person, but YouTube actually almost immediately approved his YPP, YouTube Partner Program, AdSense monetization application almost immediately. And then something happened that I've never seen happen before. They immediately suspended it. Now, what happens next, or what happened next, I have seen happen before. And they wanted him to prove that he was a real person. And I've seen this happen a lot with faceless channels. So he doesn't have a faceless channel, but be that as it may, YouTube has this new fail-safe system, checks and balances theoretically. And it wasn't a big deal, but it's a new thing now. So if you're starting a brand new channel and you're going to get monetized, odds are you're going to have to prove you're a real person. You're going to have to prove that you make your videos. Even if you're not in them, you just have to prove to YouTube that you are making them, because YouTube's trying to cut down on AI and bots and folks that are somewhat abusing the platform and the revenue possibilities from it, because that actually hurts YouTube and Alphabet and Google with their advertisers paying in to YouTube. So it's just, it's business. Okay. But yeah. So if you want to discuss whether you have a channel or you're thinking about starting a channel, then by all means, feel free, reach out. But yeah. The latest from Sarasota Tim. YouTube has been showing me a lot of Sarasota Tim by way of content and by way of my own analytics. And somehow, some way, it's tied to my content, my channel, my audience, or my avatar. YouTube did that. I didn't do it. Maybe it's because I live in Florida. Maybe it's because I've discussed Social Security in the past. Maybe because we travel every summer and we do like a travel vlog, sort of. I don't know. But YouTube's done this. And no matter what video I've uploaded, no matter what video I've created, no matter what topic I cover, Sarasota Tim always ends up in my analytics. I think it's Sarasota Tim, and it's more Sarasota Tim than me, which is weird because it's my video. And I think Appalachia homestead with Patterer. I don't know. YouTube does this. This is YouTube's thing. So as I'm reviewing this content in this information, these analytics, I'm thinking to myself, well, let's go down this rabbit hole and see where it leads us, see where it takes us, see how far it goes. And I actually made a video probably over a month ago about changing your content, specifically Sarasota Tim in the video that he made and his statements of how he was going to change how he behaved on his own videos. And this video that I made, YouTube keeps showing it to people, as well as YouTube keeps showing people videos about us regretting moving to Florida, which we don't regret moving to Florida. It was just the title of the video after having watched and heard from others how they regret moving to Florida and restating the reasons why and elaborating on them and explaining why we don't regret moving to Florida and actually why we enjoy it so much. Today, we actually got a chance to go out, take the boat out. You may or may not have seen it on the live stream, but I'm working on some other videos, putting together some more videos that's actually going to show more of Florida and more of the things that we do and the places that we go, and it'll expand beyond Florida. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned because those videos are coming. But I'm not here to critique Sarasota Tim. I'm not here to critique Blind Views. I'm not here to critique Darling. I'm not here to critique anybody else who is leveraging this opportunity, which is exactly what it is leveraging an opportunity, which Sarasota Tim leveraged an opportunity to get to this point. Because if he didn't have his glow up with Social Security when he did, odds are nobody would even know who he is. And that's also one of the reasons why I don't think that he bought subscribers, is because he garnered a lot of views with Social Security, and subscriber counts rack up really, really quickly with millions and millions of views. It's just how it works. If you want to get a lot of subs, get a lot of views. If you want to get a lot of subs without a lot of views, then post a lot of shorts. That's it. Like, if you want them, that's how you get them. But as anyone who knows how this system works, how this business works, how this game is played, then you know that subscribers don't pay you. So it's a cool vanity metric if you want a plaque or you want an accolade or something like that. But subscribers don't pay you. So, but not everybody's doing it for the money. Just putting it out there, okay? Now, it's funny because I'm seeing these posts, and these folks are actually using Sarasota Tim and his likeness or whatever for their own personal benefit, their own gain. New Mexico Tim on a Sunday by Grifter Anonymous News Media. Question Sarasota Tim Won't Answer, Volume 1, What Happened to Miss Tammy by Darling. Tim deploys his minions to mass flag and report. Blind Views. I just had the best 2 hot dogs I've ever eaten in my life. Loves Travel Center, Sarasota Tim himself. The Sarasota Tim. Sarasota Tim loses it. Hashtag Social Security. Hashtag RV lifestyle. Hashtag nomadic. And this is Wolverine Prepper. This is a new one. Wolverine Prepper. Arriving Laughlin, Nevada, Bullhead City, Arizona, and some object that my computer's unfamiliar with. Sarasota Tim himself, the one and only. Sarasota Tim's channel. Questions Sarasota Tim Won't Answer, Volume 3, Social Security and YouTube Earnings by Darling. And yeah, these are hilarious, guys. But what really matters to me are the numbers. And that's pretty much it, really, are the numbers. And I look back, and it says 3 weeks. I should have looked back and tried to nail it down exactly how many days it's been. It's probably almost been a month. And I made a subsequent video critique, or not critiquing, but just reading the comments on a Blind Views live stream before I had ever even watched Blind Views videos. And interesting to see the dynamic of the audience that YouTube, the avatar that YouTube has brought in for Blind Views, that essentially doesn't like Sarasota Tim, in comparison to Sarasota Tim and his audience and avatar that love him for the most part. You would think if they really, really loved him, then he would get more views, considering he has 63,000 subscribers. But that's neither here nor there. We'll talk about that in a minute. Talk about that in a moment. But essentially, what I've discovered, what I learned, is that there's a term, there's a genre, a category, a area of interest, a hobby, a pastime, maybe, hate watching. And essentially, that's what folks are doing. And then they now have a home to go to together to chat about the hate watch. And Blind Views isn't solely focused on Sarasota Tim. So, I don't think it's either way, whatever. He's not solely focused on him. I think he discusses a few other channels. And odds are there's probably going to be some new channels in the future that get his attention, that end up on his radar, and others like Darling and whomever. But just like Reddit, just like the Gossip Bakery, folks take to these hubs, these safe places to, vent, Be that as it may, this is a gift. It's a gift, really. I'm not even going to say it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift. And if you understand what's happening, then you can really pin down how this gift is going to be best received. Okay. Now we're going to go back to 3 weeks, a month ago, when I just kind of compared Blind Views and Sarasota Tim, because I was looking at it from the standpoint of Sarasota Tim has a larger audience in terms of subscribers, in terms of subscribers, in comparison to Blind Views. But at the time, they had both uploaded roughly the same amount of videos and were on the platform for roughly the same amount of time. Now, it's kind of hard to tell because apparently Sarasota Tim has been deleting or making some of his videos private after he says certain things. But we'll look at the numbers again today and see how they compare to 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month ago. Because my original, question at the time was, who's going to benefit more from this? Would it be Sarasota Tim from his existing subscriber count and his existing audience, while also gaining additional reach and impressions and possible trending and virality because of these others directing more viewers to Sarasota Tim to watch, to come back, to critique and comment and hate watch, or whatever you want to call it? Or would Blind Views get more in return from building a larger fan base and a larger audience and a larger subscriber base and creating more interest in discussing Sarasota Tim and his videos? And I got to tell you guys that unfortunately, there's a few ways out of this, but I don't think that we'll see that happen. I don't think we'll see an end to this anytime soon, because the easiest way out of this would be for Sarasota Tim to stop doing the things that he's doing to prevent Blind Views from, and Darling and whoever else out there, from having an opportunity to make videos about him. Like, make good videos about him, because Blind Views really goes ham on the numbers, and for forensic video historian of YouTube, like, the dude's on it. And he knows YouTube, and he knows the algorithm, and he knows what he's talking about. But, you know, in comparison, yeah, Tim uploads a lot of videos. He does. But he's allowed to. There's no rule against it. If you really want to see somebody upload a lot of videos, go check out a news channel. News channels upload multiple videos per hour. They have teams devoted to this. There are some other individuals like sole proprietor, sole single person owned YouTube channels that do the same. But there's also, I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, channels devoted to running live streams continuously. Live streams that have been running for years. And if you want to think about it, it's like, well, how many hours of content does Sarasota Tim upload daily? And how many videos does Sarasota Tim upload daily? In comparison to a news channel, how many videos are they uploading daily and how many hours are they uploading daily? In comparison to, let's just say, a calm, chill, lo-fi or lo-fi, chill beats, soothing, environment, whatever. Like these things are actually pretty cool looking. Relaxation video or whatever that only uploads once or goes live once and doesn't stop. And they literally produce 24 hours of content daily because they just run these servers nonstop. It's literally on repeat. Literally on repeat. And they too are allowed to do that. But just to update, maybe we'll do this more often to see how things are going, to see how this race is progressing, because the numbers, the data is pretty interesting. Okay, so we're going to look at Sarasota Tim first, and I'll put this on the screen so you guys can see it. And Sarasota Tim on the left are the Social Blade analytics, Social Blade stats from 3 weeks ago, roughly 3 weeks ago. Again, I should have really drilled down on what day it was, but you can see down there it says 3 weeks ago. And at the time, Sarasota Tim had a Social Blade rank of 314,789. And today, on the right-hand side, his total grade still remains a B, but his Social Blade rank has actually gone down. And he's now 337,244. The uploads have increased. He's uploaded since then 100 or at least that it's reporting here, because again, I don't know how many videos have been deleted or made private. And he's uploaded another 161 videos. Since then, we see that at the time, 3 weeks ago, he had gained 1.2 thousand or 1,200 subscribers in the last 30 days. And in comparison to now, he's gained 300 in the last 30 days. And if we look at views, he was sitting at a little over 1 million views for the last 30 days, which at the time was up 6.6%. And now it says that he's got 968.2 over the last 30 days, which is up 3.7%. So I would say there's a slight dip, but we'll call it flat. Over the 3 week period since, slight dip, flat. And now we move on to blind views and his comparison. He's still sitting at a B- on his total grade. And since then, he has uploaded 39 videos. So far less videos in comparison, okay? Far less videos. And we can see that his Social Blade rank went from 748,069 to 651,661. That's a win. That's a win. 3 weeks ago, he was up 730 subscribers in the last 30 days. And today, he's up 1,330, 1.33K in the last 30 days. So he's gaining subscribers. And in terms of views, well, at the time, 3 weeks ago, 133.4 thousand views in the last 30 days. And today, 245.3 thousand views. Up substantially from 3 weeks ago. Now, granted, he hasn't reached Sarasota Tim level yet in terms of views and subscribers, but the total changes and the percentage changes that he's experienced in the same time frame, to me, shows growth for blind views. Blind views, I'm seeing growth. Sarasota Tim, I'm seeing flat, kind of a dip. That's it. Where does this go in the next 3 weeks? Where does this go in the next month? Where does this go in the next 2 months, or however long this goes on? Because if this trend continues, then blind views is going to continuously reap the benefits, gain a greater return on investment, thanks to Sarasota Tim. What do you guys think? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.